Today's video is Chapter 4, Lesson 1, and we're going to graph with another method. This method is called the slope-intercept form. So we're going to graph using slope and intercept. So part of your homework will give you the equation and they want the line. The other half will give you the line, they want the equation. Or finally, they may tell you the slope and the y-intercept like this, and they want the equation or they want the picture. So we've kind of got three things. We got an equation, we got a picture, we got information, and we have to go between all three methods. Now this is called slope-intercept form because our generic version is called y equals mx plus b. M is the slope, which we know that already because we did direct variation. And whatever the coefficient of x is was our slope. So up here, my slope is 2. 2 or 2 over 1. The number in the back, the b, is the y-intercept. Where does it cross the y-axis? So in my example up here, it crosses the y-axis at 5. So let's look at my picture. Right here is 5, and I went up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. Because the slope is 2, which is the same as the fraction, okay? I could also make it negative, negative, so down and left, down and left. All right, let's think back to direct variation. Direct variation looked like this, and where was my first dot? Well, it was always at the origin. Today, we will have a first dot somewhere else. Maybe our first dot is at negative 5. So my first dot is right here, negative 5, not always at the origin, whatever's back here. But it's always your first dot. This is my first dot, it's my y-intercept. The second step is to use the slope. Second step, this is how I get more dots, is by using the slope. And in this case, it is up 1 over 2. So I draw a dot, and I go up 1 over 2. And I draw a dot. But remember, I can also, if I run out of space, I can go down 1 and backwards 2. Because that is the same. Negative 1, negative 2 is the same as positive 1 and positive 2. So I can either go up and right or down and left. Don't forget to connect your dots and show me an arrow. So that's it. First dot, here's my other dots. It's very similar to direct variation, except our first dot will be somewhere along the y-axis. Where along the y-axis, we don't know, we just look back here. And if it says minus 5, it's down here at negative 5. If this said plus, it would be somewhere up here. All right, y equals negative 2/3 x plus 4. Where do I start? Where's my first dot? First dot is at positive 4 because I have a positive 4 at the back. That's my first dot. My first dot's always on the y-axis. It's the y-intercept. Where do I go from here? Where will my other dots be? Well, I'm going to look at my slope. My slope is negative 2/3. I can either make the negative on the top or I can make the negative be on the bottom. I can go down and right or up and left. Down 2, right 3. Well, I can't go down. Oh gosh, I don't really have much space to do either one. Down 2, 1, 2, 3 would be somewhere out here. Up 2 and left 3 would be up here. Oh yeah, did I do that right? Yep. All right, and then connect them with arrows and I'm done. There we go. All right, let's do one that looks like this. This one is not in slope-intercept form, so I need to rearrange. I need to move this guy to the other side, and I need to divide by 2. So I think I'll move this guy to the other side, he becomes a negative 3x. So I'm going to rewrite 2y equals, I could say 6 minus 3x, but that just looks weird. That's not how slope-intercept form is written. So I'm going to put the negative 3x up front and then the plus 6. That's how slope-intercept form looks, the slope and then the intercept. Now I'm going to divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2, cross out what's my answer. Y is equal to negative 3 over 2x. It's okay to leave it improper because that's going to be our slope, down 3, right 2. And I figure out this answer, which is 3. And now I'm ready to graph. So some of them you'll have to do some rearranging. So if I graph it, I start at 3, down 3 over 2, down 3 over 2. I could also go up 3 and left 2. So there we go. So some of them have to be rearranged. If you ever see an equation that says y equals a number, so maybe it's just y equals 4. That's kind of the same thing as y equals 0x plus 4. So I would start at 4, but my slope would be 0, which means I don't go up or down any. It's a horizontal line. Oh, that's terrible. It's a horizontal line. So anytime you get y equals 4, it's going to be a horizontal line at that number, whatever number that is. If you ever get an equation that says x equals something, x equals 4, it's a vertical line at x equals 4. All right, let's practice writing the equation. So we'll look at our first line. I know that I'm going to have y equals, and I know I'm going to have an x. The coefficient is my slope. So my slope in this case is up 1, right 1. Up 1, right 1. But that looks kind of silly. Let's just write 1. Oh, hey, that looks kind of silly. Let's just write x. Okay, so I don't need any space. Can I move it? I can't move it. Okay, so I'm going to scooch that over a little more. And then where it crosses the y-axis, that's my number in the back. So my number in the back is going to say plus 1. Remember, this is a 1, but it looks silly to write 1 right there, but you could. All right, next example, y equals my slope. Well, it's downhill, so I know it's going to be negative. I'm going down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2. I put my x. The number in the back is wherever it crosses the y-axis, crosses it at plus 3, at positive 3, so I write plus 3. Okay, let's see if you can do this one before I say the answer. Y equals 3x minus 2. The slope is 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. So I wrote 3. I don't really need the 1. You can have it, but most math books won't do that. It crossed at negative 2, so I wrote minus 2 at the back. Okay, remember the book can give us information that looks like this written out, and they want the equation. So I know it's going to be y equals. This guy goes in is my coefficient. This guy goes in the back. That looks weird. I better put a plus sign because he's a positive 7. Okay, you try the next one before I write it. Y equals negative 4x plus 3. Here are your Google Classroom questions. The first 2 questions, you have to use this equation. So in the green question, what is the 2? What is the 2 telling you to do? What do you do with that 2? How do you use that 2? What's the 4? Really, I should say negative 4. What is the negative 4 telling you to do? And for this pinky purpley question. Make up any equation that would be a horizontal line. So you make up an equation that if somebody else graphed it would be a horizontal line. All right, good luck. I think you'll do great.